Welcome to The Source. I'm Tate Pentesulio.
And I'm Gia Vicino. Today is Friday, November 15th.
This past Monday, we didn't have school in celebration of Veterans Day. We spoke with some of the veterans that are part of our staff here at the high school.
Hunter with more on that now.
We honored our veterans on Veterans Day on November 11th, a holiday that commemorates the end of World War I. It is important to recognize and appreciate their sacrifice for our community and country. We talked to some Abington Heights faculty who were veterans themselves.
I was in the United States Air Force, and I served for 10 years from 1984 to 1994. It's very disciplined, structured, but it's great. I loved it. I was in for 10 years, so obviously I liked it. I had 2 children, so that's why I got out.
I was in the U.S. Air Force from 1983 till 1987 for about 4 years. I was an avionics technician. I worked on F-15 fighters and B-1 bombers. So it was pretty interesting to work on 2 different planes. When I worked on the B-1 bomber, it was really serious because they carried nuclear weapons. So the F-15 fighter was a lot of fun. The B-1 bomber was serious business.
It's a very rewarding experience, and it's actually valuable for any work experience that you want to go into and anything you want to do the rest of your life.
So I think it's important to honor everybody who serves our country, especially those who go overseas and fight in a foreign war. I didn't do that. I served during peacetime, so I didn't have that experience. But for those people who sacrificed everything and put their lives on the line for us, I think it's really important to remember them.
Thanks for sharing, and thank you to all the veterans who have served.
Over the years, we have had a number of selected students participate in the study abroad program run by the Rotary.
We have Logan here to give us more information.
Many people dream of traveling, hoping to see unique cultures and explore the distant reaches of the world. Sadly, most people don't get the opportunity to travel till retirement. Luckily for students at Abington Heights, you have the opportunity to become a foreign exchange student through the Rotary Youth Exchange program. I asked the area's representative and 2 students about the program. Let's see what they had to say.
So when I went on the exchange, I traveled to France. I was in the south of France for, like I said, my entire junior year, about 11 months even. And oh my gosh, it was just fantastic. I went to a normal French high school. I really just had the time of my life. I made so many friends. It was fantastic.
I'm Johanna. I am from a small town in Sweden called Trosa. It's 1 hour south of Stockholm, and I'm here on an exchange here in Pennsylvania. My favorite part about Abington High School is probably that it's like exactly what I expected, and that it's much like a typical American high school. And yeah, it feels like a movie to be here.
So it's a scholarship that is worth about $25,000 to $30,000, and it is depending upon the country actually that you go to, and this picks up room, board. If you go to a private school, they will pick up that as well. And it's an opportunity for you to become a global citizen. It's an opportunity for you to learn a language, explore a culture, have international networking as opposed to kind of like local networking. And it's really an opportunity for students to really get to know themselves and mature a little bit ahead of time.
I'd say the greatest thing about the Rotary Exchange is just the fact that I got to experience so many things that I would never experience before. I mean, I don't know how many people can say, oh yeah, I went to a different high school for, just a year, much less a year, in Europe. And so I think on top of that, you just make so many friends. And even when you're not on the exchange, you're being connected with people from like all over the globe. And I think that really the connections that you make are like the best part of the exchange for sure.
Thank you, Logan. If anyone is interested in learning more about the program, there are pamphlets in the guidance office.
There are some changes coming to our boys basketball program, including a new coach.
Jack spoke with him and several of the other players.
Thank you, guys. And what's going on, Comet Nation? Today we are talking about the new head basketball coach, Coach Shao. Coach Shao was a player here long ago and won Gatorade Player of the Year. Coach, how does it feel to now be the head coach of a team that you once played for?
I would use the word fulfilling. It's a very big privilege, and I'm really humbled for the opportunity. It's kind of surreal. Another word that comes to mind is surreal, just not something that I would ever have anticipated, but excited now that I'm in the role.
I mean, I think we're all super excited for Coach Chow to be our coach this season. It means something to us a little bit extra that he was in our shoes a couple of years ago, and for him to have so much success at this level and at the other levels that he played at.
Now, question for both of you. What game are you most excited for this year?
I'd probably say all of them, but obviously the first game is a nice game to look forward to because it really opens up the season and gets us ready to go.
How have the off-season workouts prepared you guys for this upcoming season?
I would say that they've prepared us well. They've been very intense. We've been lifting. Coach put us through a lifting program, and then when we've got on the court, it's been very competitive and intense. I think it sets the tone for a good season.
What is so special about being part of Abington Heights as a whole?
I would say the community of the Clark Summit area, the Abington Heights community, the following that you get. As a player, when I played here, both football and basketball, we always had a great following from the community, and the support was always very genuine and very passionate.
Now, what do you guys have to say for the student section at the basketball games this year?
Everyone get there and be as hype as possible.
Thanks, Jack. We can't wait to see what the team does this year.
That's all from this week. Tune in next time on
The Source.